Hello, welcome back to Three Sugars Please, episode 4. We actually have a structure now. So we've got the first part will be personal stories, the second part will be the news and funny headlines, and part 3 will be a choice by the person whose choice it is that week.
Whose is it this week?
And so, mine, obviously, because I'm the best. And so I'm here, and Luca and Harry are also here, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was my birthday last week.
Nobody don't care now, shut up, go away.
Yeah, nobody cares that you're getting older. Just closer to death.
Hey, Luca, you're older than me.
Yeah.
Closer to death than I am.
That's fair.
Ha! Sucker! Right. Anyway, so we went out for dinner on my birthday, right? And we went in and they sat down and they were like, does anybody have any allergies? And obviously I was like, yeah, I have a nut allergy. And then they had to go get somebody and they were like, do you have a severe allergy or an intolerance? And so my definition of severe would be my allergy, where if I eat it I will probably die. But they can't actually serve you if you have a severe allergy. Because what they define as severe is where you basically can't be in the same room as a peanut or whatever. You will literally die. So yeah, we had to have that conversation. So I created hassle. But no, I would define my allergy as severe. I wouldn't define it as like, if I eat a nut, I'll get the shits. If I eat a nut, I will die, pretty much. Yeah. There's a high chance that I'll die if I eat a nut. Yeah, I think it's ridiculous how much, how bad people's allergies are.
Ugh, why do people have to have allergies? Ugh, no. Says Kyle.
Good for you, Luca, that you don't have any allergies.
Oh, no, I do.
What allergies do you have then?
Exercise, homework,
allergies.
And most types of washing powder give me lots of skin rashes, like really bad ones.
Wicked. Hay fever is the worst allergy ever. I hate hay fever. Hay fever is basically like the wasp of allergies.
It's just stupid.
And they come out at the same time as well. Wasps and hay fever. It's like a double barrel, just everything that is wrong with this world. Hay fever and wasps.
That's the only thing that's wrong with this world.
Yeah, nothing else is a
All
problem.
the problems we have, that's the worst one.
Yeah, clearly.
That's not the worst one, that's the only one.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, no, that was fun. But yeah, I was going to do a cooking stream this morning, but I'm going to end up doing that tomorrow because I kind of slept in this morning. But I had a dream, right, where basically these two ICBMs were set off going towards, I don't know where, like a country or something, and I had to call up, like, I don't know, somebody, and there was this woman on the line, and I was like, they sent two ICBMs towards, I don't know, like America or something like that. And I was like, you gotta stop them. And she was like, maybe you could just cut off that voice because you're clearly prank calling me. And I was like, I'm not. There's two ICBMs heading towards America. And then I ended up getting into a helicopter that Will Ferrell was flying. And we had to basically chase down the ICBM. So it's really cool. It's like Mission Impossible 4.
What helicopter were you in that could keep up with it?
It was a very fast helicopter, I'll be honest. And the ICBMs were very slow. But yeah, basically I was shouting at this woman. I was like, I'm in a helicopter right now. She was like, no, you're not. And I was like, I clearly am. Can you not hear it? And then one of the ICBMs hit something, and there was a massive nuclear explosion. And then I was like, oh, we didn't get there in time. And I was like, well, at least we're out the blast radius. And then I was like, oh, wait, we're not. And then I got incinerated and woke up. that was fun.
It resembles, meant to mean something.
What's that meant to mean?
Exactly.
Come on, Harry. give me your insight into my psyche via that dream.
I have no idea.
What? also had a time travel dream the other night as well.
Good for you.
Yeah, that was fun.
What happened in my dream? It was black.
It was black.
Harry doesn't see dreams in colour.
Your dream was black. What do you mean?
I don't remember my dreams. I occasionally do, but I don't remember everyone. I really
Right. No, I don't. Well, nobody remembers all their dreams.
Basically,
All right, okay.
I'm interested.
so you guys know about SpaceX, yeah?
Yeah.
And how awesome they are. But basically, they're building this new Starship, which is meant to be the first proper reusable rocket,
Okay.
like that can carry people to Mars.
Mhm.
And they meant to
Fantastic.
test. It's meant to fly this year.
Yeah.
And they're planning on taking people to the moon in 2024.
Ah, very interesting. What, like, you could buy a ticket to the moon?
No, not commercial.
Fly me
Actually,
to the
I think
moon.
commercial travel. Yeah, so commercial travel to the moon, you probably could, but I don't think that it'll be quite expensive still.
Mm.
Although it will cost a lot less to launch the rockets.
Yeah.
Because it's about like, I think at the moment it's sort of like 400 million to launch a rocket,
That sounds cost effective.
and with these rockets it will be down to like 90 or 50 million.
That's a lot of money to save.
Just-
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Why? Because they don't have to rebuild the rocket, do
Yeah,
they?
because like it's landing and going back up,
Yeah.
and then they're also gonna take people to Mars by 2024. The first manned mission
Yeah.
is supposedly going to happen. But what do you guys actually think that's going to be possible? Like by that
To
time
be honest,
to go to Mars?
I don't care.
2024.
I'll
I
be
think
honest,
it'd be
don't
possible.
know if this is the last podcast that talked about this, but I have absolutely zero interest in going to space whatsoever. I'm cool where I am.
Yeah, but it's pretty cool.
And I do think it's pretty cool that people will be able to go, like, get a commercial flight to the moon. I mean, that's cool for them because they'll want it.
Yeah.
But I
'Cause,
don't.
NASA are working on this new rocket that's meant to be very powerful, the most powerful rocket in the world, more powerful than the Saturn V was, which was the one that went to the moon.
Oh, okay.
Which one took first people to the moon,
Right.
which was like the most powerful rocket.
Yeah.
And what NASA are doing is making like a station around the moon. It's going to orbit the moon,
Oh, okay. That sounds like
Instead of,
an
like the
international
International
space station, but for the moon.
not for the moon. And it's then that
The
will be like,
International Moon Station.
I think the first commercial flight is meant to happen in like 2-3 years to the moon actually. And like it's already 2
2-3
people
years
booked
to
tickets.
get
It's like
there
a
and back.
musician who's booked tickets on it, yeah.
Why? I've got better things to spend 2 to 3 years doing than going to the moon.
Yes, and it's quite
That's a
expensive.
long time, isn't it?
Well,
Just
it
to
probably
go
won't
to the
take
moon.
that long. It won't be that long. It'll be in 2-3 years they'll go.
Oh, right. It can't be quick though. How long is it?
It takes like 2 weeks to get to the moon now, I think. 3 weeks.
Well, that's not that bad, but still, it's a long time, isn't it? To just sit in a ship.
Yeah, but it'll be.
Yeah, but
I
if
mean,
you
I
did
imagine
it,
it would be nicer, but it's.
I
still
think it'd be
not great.
100% worth it.
Oh,
It'll
nah.
be proper thing though.
Like,
Like,
you
what does
guys
that
can
want
go
to
to
see?
the moon. You can have your moon, and I'll have right here, where it's warm, and there's trees, and there's oxygen.
Yeah, that's a problem.
I think I win.
Have I been? I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna have to restart this. This is not good. My game.
Kicked it.
Ah, that's a shame, isn't it?
What now?
Okay.
Did you kick
Anyway,
it? Yeah.
my mum and Nan watch a lot of The Chase, right? And
Yes.
sometimes we go in and we actually play The Chase, so we answer the questions and see who gets the most. And I actually won one of the games. My mum was pretty sad about that. But we played the Chase board game last night, and it's quite funny because apparently the reviews of the Chase board game aren't that good because, well, I mean, it's not the show, is it? And you don't have a proper chaser that's like super quiz boy. But we came to the conclusion that the reason that we're enjoying it more than everybody else is because of the people who are playing it. Because we're all extremely competitive and absolutely hate losing. So basically, when you get to the last round, right, you do a cash builder round where you, like at the start of Chase, if you've ever seen it, they have to answer a load of questions and rack up some money. And then you have to go down the board chased by your chaser. And then the last round, you have to get as many right, and then you choose 2 people to be your chaser, and they have to try and catch you, so you lose. So basically, my mum, because when on my round I chose her to just not do anything, because I said she'd be annoyed by that. So on her round she chose me and my nan, because we're probably the worst on the table. And then she got like 8 questions right, and then we beat her, and she was not best pleased about that. That she was beaten by the 2.
I'm surprised it might have
worst
hurt.
people at the
Worst
table.
people on the team, yeah.
But we kicked her ass, and she cried, and it was hilarious. No, I'm joking. She didn't actually cry.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had a conversation when we were at my birthday dinner about like back in the day. With I said we should bring caning back. It's a good idea, isn't it? If people are being naughty, just smack on the ass with a stick. People would stop misbehaving if that was a thing again. But like, people used to hit kids all the time back in the day. That's not cool, dude. Why was that socially accepted? Why was it socially acceptable to hit kids?
It was because it was different then, wasn't it? Because like women weren't allowed jobs and stuff.
Well, yeah, I guess it's socially acceptable to say women should be in the kitchen and cooking food, and like, that's not cool. And then obviously at one point it was socially acceptable to have a slave, and it was socially acceptable
at one point,
black.
Sorry.
and then at one point it was socially acceptable to like kick a black man off the bus, or you have to give up their seat for a white person. So
yeah,
at one point or the other, some group of people are going to get the bad end of the stick. Is that a saying?
How?
I don't know. But basically every single race or group of people or minority at one point or another have been like oppressed.
I don't know about
except for
that.
white people.
Yeah.
Except we're the only people, because we've been doing all the oppressing, because we're just horrible bastards. Nobody's oppressed us, because we've just been busy oppressing everybody else, so they can't. So nobody oppressed us. I think it's a bit bullshit. We should have been oppressed. I'm not saying that we should be. I'm not have been. I said we should have been oppressed. Not we should be oppressed. Please don't oppress us. But yeah, but like, but no, I actually saw back to the Star Wars discussion we had last week. I saw a early draft for the
is it the Duel of the Fates?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
think
looks-
that looked
that
really
looks really
cool. I
good,
want to
yeah.
see that film.
It looked really
It
good.
looks much better. Not that the Rise of Skywalker was terrible, but it looks really cool. Because they had like the ship, and it was built into Coruscant, and Hux wanted to be like a force sensitive, and then he ends up killing himself. And Rey's like cool Jedi dude. Kylo Ren's full angry man. He's the raging man. He's on a kylo spree for the whole film. Yeah, no,
What the hell?
it looked really cool though. I really want to see it because Ray like had that
It's really good.
cool suit on, double-ended lightsaber. I think you know if they'd made that would have been cool because I feel like my issue with Star Wars is after the prequels. Like people do say the prequels are terrible. They're probably right. I mean, I don't. I like them. I like them, but they're probably terrible.
Because people grew up with the original
yeah.
Star Wars, and it's
Yeah,
just,
but people grew up with the prequels, and that's why they like them
yeah,
probably
exactly.
more than their good films. But yeah, no.
No one should
But
grow
I
up
feel like
with
the difference between the prequels and the original trilogy, there's a big difference because there's loads of different ships. You know,
and it's a lot more like calm.
I mean, it's
in
cool, isn't it? Like you got the Venators, you got the you got an entirely different faction. You got the droids, which is awesome.
What it's doing is it really it just showed what Star Wars is,
What do you mean?
like what it was, because they always like hinted at it in the original series, what it used to be and all that.
Yeah, like what
And
you
it was
mean, like
really
Clone Wars.
everyone's imagination coming into the actual TV. So
Yeah, but no, what I'm saying is, there's no, for me personally, there wasn't enough of a distinction between the original trilogy and the sequel trilogy because the difference between the prequels and the original, there's a big difference, and that's only like the same amount of time, or maybe even less time than between the original trilogy and the sequels. I feel like what you want is the sequels to have like to have a completely new aesthetic. That's kind of what I wanted, and that's what Duel of the Fates would have brought. Because you know, you go back to Coruscant, it'll be different. You know, you go to some like completely new, cool planets.
they went to the Outer Rim in New York, didn't they? And that's just not somewhere they've been before.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, no, I feel like if there was more of a distinction, then that would have been good. Because yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. I would like to have seen Duel of the Fates be an actual thing. I feel like whether it was a good film or not, I would have preferred that to The Last Jedi. Because for the last, not The Last Jedi, The Rise of Skywalker. Not that The Rise of Skywalker is bad, but the setting of The Rise of Skywalker, I feel like it's a bit, you know, a bit bland
Nostalgic
for me.
enough.
I feel like it wasn't as exotic as I'd hoped it would be, because you know Star Wars is like there's like millions of cool planets.
Yeah.
There's like lava planets. There's Felucia with like loads of plants and stuff that'll eat you.
They
and
did go to Mustafar, didn't they?
a load of crap.
Star.
Yeah.
But
But
it was
then
just
when
different
you
parts.
have but when you have the sequel, you go to that planet called I forgot what it's called actually. The one where they went to Babu Frick or whatever. That planet was just it was a new planet, but it was kind of like the same as like every other planet, just with slightly different weather. Which yeah, I mean the first place they went to was kind of cool, but they didn't really spend any time there. So
No,
That's a bit-
Mustafar was good, but I feel like what they could have done is that they could have hidden the triangle thing in like Darth Vader's the castle.
that would have
Okay.
been good. Yeah, they
That would
should
have been a
done
lot
that.
better.
Yeah, but I
If I
mean
s-
seeing like new planets, like actually, like maybe the concept artists could actually like put some effort in and make it.
Actually,
Like,
make
no,
a good movie.
but I feel like when they did the you know the secret Sith planet, they probably could have been a bit more creative than just blue with a big box on it. I feel like there's some creativity needed for a Star Wars film rather than, do you know what, there's a secret Sith planet, it's just blue, the ground is completely flat, and there's a
There's a
big
lot of
box where Darth Sidious is in. Underneath the box, there's actually nothing in the box, there's just a box.
And you really didn't get to see much of the inside 'cause it's all dark.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I felt like it was a bit too dark for me. I didn't like. Yeah, it was kind
We
of
don't have
annoying.
enough money to decorate this, so we'll just keep it very
They don't have enough money. Sorry, we actually can't afford to make a new planet for the film. They couldn't afford the VFX budget to do that ship connected to Coruscant. I want to see that. It looks awesome. I really want to see that ship connect to Coruscant and go back to Coruscant. Because it's such a cool planet. But you haven't been there since the prequel trilogy, so you have no idea what's happened.
Well, it's like, isn't it like
Nobody's
a trillion
gone there.
people that lived on there?
You what?
It was a trillion people that lived on it.
Yeah, but
And it was,
you never
just a
get to
whole planet
see
of
what Coruscant's
city.
like under the Empire. You only get to see what's like under the Republic. You never get to see what the Empire did to Coruscant, which sucks. Which I'm terribly sad about. But yeah, that was cool. So yeah, Luca.
That was interesting. I don't know what we're on about. Honestly, I'm just out of it.
That's good. Have you got anything to add, or maybe a new conversation to start? No.
No.
So there's this stuff that's about to come out, and it's going to be quite cool. But I don't know how. Carl probably has a stupid view on it and how it's going to destroy the world. But basically, autonomous trains are very close to being in tubes.
Autonomous trains.
Yep, they've made them. They're
Okay.
because my mum company
Your
works
point?
on them, and they're going to implement them soon.
I don't really. No, I feel like the danger of standing on train track is about the same, isn't it?
Yes. But what do you think about autonomous cars?
Autonomous cars. Not cool.
Why not?
Because I want to drive a car.
And that might be possible.
Do you know what I would
Still.
like? I would like Batmobile mode. So you press the button, the car comes to you. Not
That's a thing.
literally, car goes into a Batmobile. No, that bit of the car
That is a
driving,
thing.
that I'm cool with. But when I'm in the car, I want it to be driven by a human being or by me.
See, that's the thing that might actually be possible.
What?
What you just said. all
What,
of
having
it,
the car?
possible.
That definitely I'm cool with.
So you'd be able
That's
to
cool.
drive it or not drive it when you're in it as well.
Yeah, but I just would drive it. If it's optional to not drive it, then that's cool because then I can just drive it.
What
But yeah,
these
I
cars
wouldn't let
do
the AI drive me.
is they can predict what's going to happen for all the cars in front of them, behind them,
Mhm.
and know what they're going to do before they do it.
Why? How?
Because they've been trained with an algorithm.
Right.
So
okay.
they can learn everything, and they learn basically. So they have loads of sensors on them,
Mhm.
like loads, like sound. They can see. They can like have GPS and all that,
Yeah.
and they can predict what humans are going to do with lots of data,
Okay.
just of knowing stuff. And so they actually know what's going to happen sometimes before the human knows.
That's quite useful.
And so
Yeah,
in
but
that
what
way
if the
it
human
works.
just decides to just stop the car?
Exactly. That's why it's a bit.
Yeah. See, the problem is we're unpredictable and people are shit drivers.
That's why it's difficult. Yeah.
If you just decide to veer off, like my mum likes to watch this thing called I don't know. It's like an ambulance thing, but not where there's like a police thing. I don't know, or like where people get sent to A&E.
Yeah.
And there was this. The people are the most fucking stupid idiots driving cars. It is ridiculous. There was this guy who'd had. They found his lunchbox, right? So basically, there was this guy who was driving a truck, right? And he basically drove it through a petrol station. Do you want to know what he'd had for lunch, right? They opened his lunchbox afterwards, and bearing in mind he'd said that the reason he hit the petrol station was absolutely nothing to do with alcohol. They opened his lunchbox, they found 6 cans of cider, and, well, I don't think he drank them all, though. I think there was, like, 1 drunk can of cider. But they found out that he drank a whole bottle of wine with his lunch, and then got back in the truck and started driving off again. Like, that's a smart thing to do. People just, they don't even get it. Like, there's this guy. I mean, I do get it, because there was this other guy who was having, like, a shit time, and his wife had, like, left him and everything, and he was quite drunk, and he was driving to the, like, takeaway, to get a takeaway. But literally, I understand why he was drinking, but the takeaway was 10 minutes from his house. He literally could have walked. It was like a 10-minute walk from his house. He could have walked to the takeaway, but he decided to get in the car while he was pissed, and he didn't even. And it was fairly chill about getting arrested. But people are they don't get it. They don't get how dangerous it is and how likely they are to kill somebody.
It's because they weren't taught in school like we are.
No, but people are just fucking idiots, honestly. I think, actually, no, I am getting into the fact of other people driving cars with, having AI drive cars for other people. Not for me, but for other people, because other people are fucking stupid and they shouldn't be allowed to drive. So, when you remove the human element from roads, there will be significantly less accidents, let me tell you.
Yeah.
There'll be 1 or 2 accidents caused by robots, and it'll be unfortunate for the people in those cars. But
there won't be.
But there'll probably be 1 or 2. There'll definitely be 1 or 2, and then people will just turn against something. But that is, people won't get the fact that the amount of accidents will go down like a fucking landslide because idiots aren't driving, women aren't driving. No. Sorry.
Your nan's not driving.
You what?
Your nan's not driving.
My nan's. I can't believe my nan did that. She's not a bad driver though. And then she did that, and that was she drove up like the wrong way. We nearly got hit by a car. That was terrifying.
Hang on, what was this?
Was Luca not there for that?
No, it was me and Max.
Oh yeah. Was it? What did we go and see? Oh, Star Wars.
It was
Oh yeah.
Star Wars.
Okay. On the way back, my nan was driving the car, and well, I don't know what happened. She was just driving up the road.
Pulled
and
out and drove
she
on the
tried to
opposite.
go the right, like into the next lane, but that wasn't the right lane, and then there was a car coming the other way. Jesus, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what now?
Yes, we nearly got hit by a car.
Nearly.
So that
Didn't
was
know
cool.
what to do.
Yeah, that was very, very scary.
I didn't really
feared
notice
for my-
anything.
Wow.
I just heard someone say.
I didn't
"What the
actually
fuck?"
notice it because we were kind of having a conversation. I didn't really notice it until
Star
after.
Wars was more important than that.
Afterwards, Star Wars was more
More
important.
than death. I think it was Monday. Yeah, it was Monday.
Explain what the safe haven is first. I probably would
It's
say.
just a place where people can go just to chill. I don't know. It's just if you're having a bad day, you can just go there, and just relax. Like beanbags in there and that.
That's cool.
And you have to have permission to go in there.
Right.
And then we walked out of geography, and because geography was like just across from where the door is, and there's a little window so you can see through the door, and there was just a poo sitting in the middle of the room, just there. I don't
Somebody had found it so safe and relaxing they just slipped a little poo out while they were in there. Who and why? Who thought that they just have a poo in the middle of a room?
Probably year 10.
Somebody had to go in there. What depraved human
Exactly.
being do you have to be to go into a room, squat down, and just have a shit in the middle of the
There's
floor
a
of a
window.
room?
Literally in front of it. So if it's a corridor. So if anyone walked past there,
What
see,
the fuck is wrong with that person? That person needs serious help.
probably Tom.
It's probably Tom.
No, it wasn't
Nice,
Tom.
okay,
It used
wow.
to be in geography, so it was Kian. Yeah, I don't know. It's just.
Listen, if you're listening and you're the person who did that
Yeah,
shit,
like,
what
yeah.
the fuck is wrong with you? They won't
Yep.
be listening, but in the event that they are, I've got to tell them. Right, okay, so that's the end of the personal story segment. So now we're on to the news. So I've asked everybody to bring in some headlines with some holes in them so we can try and fill them in with our imaginations.
I've got mine ready.
Luca has brought in fuck all, so it's just me. Hang on. Being bullied, just act less blank, advise teachers. I think being bullied, just act less cunty, advise teachers.
Is that what you think?
I
Luca, what do you think?
think you should give us a few guesses. I don't think we should just
yeah.
immediately give us the right answer.
Just act less gay.
I don't know what else fits in that gap. Being bullied,
I was gonna
just
say-
act less stupid.
Oh my god.
Oh, would you like to tell us, Harry?
You're gonna see the actual one.
Yeah.
Why am I opening up Photoshop?
Hey, nobody knows. Only you.
Here's the actual one.
Right. Oh my god, no! Being bullied, just act less gay, advised it. No! There is no way! There is no way! So, so my first one is tiny mutant goat with blank being worshipped as blank. Let's buy it.
As
I don't know. Tiny goat with swastika being worshipped by far rights.
What?
what is it?
Are you ready for this? Tiny mutant goat with human face being worshipped as avatar of God.
Oh wow.
A mutant goat born with a human face is being worshipped as an avatar of God in a small Indian village. It suffers from a rare congenital defect known as cyclopia. It causes genes which, under normal circumstances, create facial symmetry, fail to properly express. But some residents in more remote Nemodia have been worshipping the animal. In India, it's common for such animals with rare conditions to attract a great deal of attention. I have seen the picture of the goat, and it is terrifying. Blank man is on the run. Is it just black man is on the run?
No.
Gay man is on the run. I don't know. Black Bob Ross is on the run.
It's one word, go.
Oh, oh, I don't know.
President.
President Man is on the. Yeah, okay.
Cockman.
Nope.
Oh, what is it?
Does it have anything to do with
Pooh Man is on the run. What is this? What's he been doing? Please explain.
No idea.
What has he been doing? Why is it called a Pooh Man?
What's it actually say? It says
Something about he's a
man facing
smearer.
jail, causing more than 20,000 damage by.
By what? Has he been smearing poo all over the walls? Oh my
Yeah.
god, he's the guy in your safe haven. Oh my god, he's the one who shit on the floor. Oh, it all links together now.
Yeah.
He's just been going around the UK just shitting everywhere and smearing it all over the walls. Oh my god, he's on the run. He's wanted by authorities. The phantom shitter. Mum freaked out as haunted blank returns to house after she binned it twice.
Haunted father.
She's binned the father twice.
Binned it, yeah.
Yeah?
Haunted science project. I don't know. Doll.
Close.
Toy.
Close. Well,
Bear.
I mean, doll was closer. You're getting further away.
Bear.
No. It's type of doll.
Barbie. Is it?
No. Wait, let me get the thing up on my phone so I can read you the story. Right. Oh yeah, that's my other one. My last one's good. Mum freaked out as haunted frozen doll returns to house after she'd been ditched twice. The family has been left feeling rather freaked out after one of their daughter's Christmas presents returned home twice after being put in the bin twice.
How did it return? Like, what?
We don't know. A mum from Houston has taken social media to reveal why she believes her daughter Aurelia has a haunted Elsa doll. In a viral post on Facebook that has now been deleted, Emily Madonia explained that Aurelia's toy had first started to freak them out when it began singing and talking in Spanish while switched off. She and her husband Matt decided to throw the doll out with their daughter's blessing, but since then it has found its way back into their home, not once, but twice. Matt threw it away weeks ago, and then we found it outside on a wooden bench. Okay, so they were weirded out, so they tightly wrapped it in its own garbage bag and put that garbage bag inside another garbage bag filled with other garbage and put it in the bottom of our garbage can underneath a bunch of other bags of garbage and wheeled it to the curb, and it was collected on garbage day.
Jesus
The family then went on holiday thinking the whole thing was behind them, but when they returned home, the doll was back.
Incinerate it. Burn it.
We were out of town. Mum and I saw the Elsa doll again in the backyard. Oh God, that sounds terrifying.
It's awful.
Right, she posted it to her friend Chris, who lives over 1,500 miles away, and had been entertained by the tale of the haunted doll. And then it returned. No, it didn't know. He confirmed Chris has since received Elsa and has taped the creepy toy to the bonnet of his car to stop it from going anywhere else.
Now
Fingers crossed it stays there. How did it get back? Oh my God, the bin men at her house are pricks. I don't. How did that? They must have seen the Facebook post. Like, she might have posted it the first time it went missing, and then they would cut it out of the bag. I don't know how it got back the first time. Man suffers 3-day erection after taking what? Malaria. He took malaria and got a 3-day erection.
Yep.
Yes, Harry, you're exactly correct.
Am I actually?
No, because that's not what malaria does, Harry.
Yeah, I know.
Luca?
Flaming hot Cheetos to the balls.
What? So you think he suffered a 3-day erection after taking flaming hot Cheetos to the balls?
Yes.
No.
Oh.
Would you like to hear what it is?
I don't know.
What this idiots did? Man suffers
Well,
3-day erection.
I think I know.
Okay.
Was it one of those vitamin gummy bears?
No. Why would that? No, man suffers 3-day erection after taking sexual stimulant used to breed bulls. The unnamed man, whose age is also unknown, travelled to Veracruz in East Mexico to buy the stimulant as part of an exciting plan to have sex with a 30-year-old woman. A man had to be rushed to hospital after taking a sexual stimulant used for breeding bulls that left him with 3-day erection. He underwent surgery, but there have been no updates on his condition. Last October, a dad from East London had an operation to remove part of his penis to stop a constant painful erections that lasted 3 days. James Mudd, 38, said his embarrassing problem began after a motorbike accident just before the Christmas of 2015. He had corrective surgery and screws put in his neck and also suffered post-traumatic stress disorder after the crash, so he was given antidepressants. Doctors believe these meds caused James his penis problems. He said, "I cannot explain the pain of it. It was like it was going to explode," he said. The father of 4 says the OP has left him with a welcome side effect, claiming he can now romp all night without a break, calling it absolutely brilliant. Cool, good for you, James. Enjoy your penis.
Okay,
That's lovely. Some people are bloody idiots. I think if there's any one thing we can take away from most of our conversation today, is that people are just fucking idiots. People who drive cars are idiots. People who take sexual stimulants are idiots.
Your nan's an idiot.
Wow. Okay.
Well, it's true.
It's not. My nan is not an idiot. She she was an idiot in that moment.
It's-
Anyway,
Okay. She has been an idiot.
The
at
people who
some
make
point in her
Star
life.
Wars are idiots, and whoever shit on the floor in Harry's school's safe haven is an idiot. So basically, just most people are idiots. I think we found out. Everybody's got a little bit of idiot in them.
I think that means that we're also idiots.
Yes, it does. And I'm proud.
And on that note,
That's what the human race is. We're just a bunch of idiots. And no, Luca, the podcast isn't finished.
Kyle
We've got
starts
part
going into
3.
his new-
Well, how are you there?
I am.
We'll let Luca deal with his dogs. So I'll give you a choice of 2. You can either do role play, where you pick a specific scene with 3 people in and role play it, or if I give you a topic and you have to rant about it for as long as possible.
Can somebody give me something to rant about instead?
Sure. What do you hate?
People who grief in Minecraft.
Go for it.
Okay, so I've just started my my little server.
You are the
know-
happiest ranter I've ever heard in my life. You start.
Oh, no.
By the way, I'm going to start my rant by saying, do you know what? I really don't like these people. All right, go.
So-
keep going.
I started my little server, and I'm really happy with it. Everybody has been good, virtually.
Kian joined.
And you know, Kian joined, and then Kian actually didn't do anything bad. He went and he's like one of the only people who actually went and made an actual base, which I think is pretty cool. And so everything was going brilliantly. We had today alone, I think we've got about 30 new people on the server. Or maybe half of them have joined, but 30 of them have put that they were interested on. They're looking for group posts. But as of now, we've been griefed twice. The server's only been up for 6 days. We've been griefed twice. And the first time, somebody we managed to spawn, what was it, 12 withers
Oh, man.
at spawn somehow. So I installed an anti-TNT machine. I know, that really solves the problem. It was supposed to be an anti-wither machine, but it didn't quite work. I've kind of fixed it, and then I destroyed it this morning because it caused the server to lag like a lot. But then somebody just hacked in, like they'd been banned. They hacked themselves back in, and then they just literally just deleted all of spawn, which was brilliant. Well, they had like a tunnel thing on, so wherever they went, like all the blocks around them in like a spherical shape would disappear, which meant literally command blocks were going haywire. It's just not very nice. I think at one point the day and night cycle was sped up about 8 times. But I worked out who it was. It wasn't exactly a difficult one since I could see them running around.
The ban hammer on his ass.
I did. And then there was somebody who I was sure was not the same age as this other person, basically grooming them, which
You have grooming on your server. You have to laugh.
I mean, it's Luca's server, so
Yeah, it was Luca. Luca had to ban himself for grooming
you
someone.
got a second account. Just
I think I
Ban
got-
the groomer. Once somebody figured out that there was
Oh,
somebody
okay,
grooming
groomer.
somebody. Oh God. Okay, groomer. But that's a good thing. If some weird adult tries to talk to you online, just go, "Okay, groomer," and then you leave the party.
Yeah.
I get so annoyed.
Yeah.
Just like there's no challenge for me anymore playing games. Like I'm just
Wow.
You mega asshole. My God, there's no challenge for me anymore. It's just too easy. It's so annoying. Wait, so basically the other day I found out on Amazon that you can buy half a keyboard because people clearly thought that you didn't need the right half of the keyboard because, you know what, there's no point in having the numpad or anything. It's not like it's needed for some games or whatever. We'll just cut off that half of the keyboard and you can buy just one half of it. And then somebody said it's for one-handed people. You can use a regular keyboard with one hand. You don't need to have half of it cut off. What kind of idiot came up with that? And then I found out that some sort of Spanish colony sells half oranges. And I thought, what kind of stupid arrangement is that? Why don't they just sell the whole orange? And then Luca apparently said they've got this contractual agreement with another Spanish colony or something. And I said, oh well, does the other one sell the other half of the oranges then? So you have to go over to another country to buy the other half of the orange, so you get a whole orange. And then we had an entire conversation about quarter oranges, which is the worst thing that's ever been invented in history. Who wants a quarter orange?
Should I explain this?
Well, you just have a full orange. They'll sell you like a quarter orange for like a full orange price. Why don't you just go somewhere?
Okay.
It takes
So
more
the colony
effort.
in question.
It takes more effort to cut the orange into 4 than it does just sell the whole orange. And oh my god, PlayStation chat headsets. They are genuinely the Hitler of headsets. It's like they thought, do you know what? You only need Luca, shut up! You only need one headphone. You don't need the other headphone. It's not like you need directional audio. You just hear the guy on your right in your left ear. So you just have the left headphone on, and then the bit just sits above your right ear, and then you just have like a microphone. Who thought, do you know what? We've got one headphone. Let's just leave it. And then half socks, ankle socks, the most uncomfortable, conceivable piece of clothing ever to have existed. It just sits on your ankle and itches, and it is the worst thing. Whoever came up with ankle socks, I want to kill them. And then crop tops. My God, it's like they got halfway done with the top, and then we're just like, oh, we don't need to finish it. We'll just leave the belly button out. Who wants to see someone's belly button? It's just weird. What's the point of wearing a top with half of it missing? My God, honestly. And then jorts. Jorts are like, I mean, nobody uses jorts anymore, but they're so stupid because they're just half jeans. Or just leave the jean on and then jeans with holes in. What's the point of having a jeans with holes in? It just looks like you don't know how to look after your jeans.
I think it's fair to say Kyle's won this round.
My God, honestly, you just need regular jeans. You don't need a hole in them. And then when you go into a restaurant and you order a Coke and they give you half a Coke, so that it's half as good as it, and they give you a Pepsi.
But until then, I'd like to wish all the viewers a very wonderful day whilst we take Kyle to hospital for heart blood pressure.
Thank
There
you.
we are.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of 3 Sugars Please. We'll see you next week. Hopefully.
We're going to get beaten when you leave, so...
Hopefully Luca's actually put some effort in next week. Au revoir. Bye-bye.